Do you think at this point, presently constructed, that the conscious community is still needed? Like it's something where you're getting good information, or is it more bullshit and more negativity than it is needed information?
But in 2019 is when I start saying, wait a minute, the conscious community is is actually a cult. The conscious community is really, in reality, an online community.
Okay.
It's not like a real community. It's a community of people who met on social media, met through people listening to people on YouTube. So it's really an online community. In my real community, where I used to go to lectures and we meet at the grassroots bookstore, and people in LA was a real community because we used to do activism, pass out flyers, meet at Lemert Park, support each
Mm-hmm.
other's businesses and the bookstores. This was a real community. My daddy, my granddad, this is a real community. But the conscious community is really an online community, and it actually has turned into a cult.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cult life community.
Now
Right?
define that. Why you say it's a cult? Define that real
It's a
quick.
it's a cult of a bunch of brothers when when uh, um when YouTube came out, that were of the same like mind
Mm-hmm.
and listened to the same elders and the same teachers, because Sarnetter had a media mogul right there on 25th Street. So
Yeah.
everybody on the internet is listening to everything going on with Sarnetter in New York and 125th Street and all those elders out there. So that's why I say it's an online community and a cult, because everybody became of the same like mind, whether the information was true or not. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it became like a cult, um, in a group of people who the elders basically wanted to remove out the scene, out the community, credentialed people and experts. So the community of elders and these so-called Afrocentrics wanted to remove credentialed people. This is why the
Mm-hmm.
conscious community have elders that they call master teachers,
Mm-hmm.
and master teachers don't even have bachelor's degrees. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to remove people like Henry Louis Skip Gates, who the conscious community hates because he's a real PhD, and he wasn't about that I'm an Egyptian stuff like the rest of the elders who didn't have credentials was about, right? So the conscious community and the elders had to remove all the credentialed people, all the experts out the way so they can have you to themselves and sell you their information, sell you their products, and all that. They had to remove health experts out the way so they can give you herbalists. So now you're here caught up with people like Dr. Layla Africa, Dr. Sebi, Phil Valentine, and you're listening to these three men who have zero credentials in health and nutrition, and they telling you these experts don't know what they're talking about. Stop listening to them. Buy my shit. So it's always been a fucking grift. We're gonna turn up now.
Let's get it.
It's always been a grift of, we're gonna take these gullible people who really don't know history or science, and we're going to mold them and have them to ourselves because we're removing the experts. I can't make no money if the experts are telling you mucus is good for you and mucus traps bacteria and viruses. No, we got to listen to Sebi, and Sebi tell you mucus causes all diseases. And here the people is, yeah, Sebi, yeah, because everybody's looking for Black Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's looking for a savior figure and don't understand you got to save your goddamn self, right? So all the herbalists, Phil Valentine, I did a whole presentation on how the herbalism started in the conscious community and who was for. People who used to teach people like Phil Valentine, Queen Afua. Queen Afua to the women is royalty. But Queen Afua is the biggest snake oil salesman the conscious community has ever had. Queen Afua is a habitual liar who used to be part. I'm telling you, these people are frauds. But let me get back to cooking.
Go ahead, Queen Afua. So you were like Queen Afua.
Elders and herbalists and the health community in this conscious community wanted to and meticulously removed all the credentialed people out the way so they can have you for themselves. Queen Afua, Phil Valentine used to be married. They're now divorced because both of them are frauds and scammers. Frauds and scammers don't last long, okay? Actually, he ghost wrote it. Phil Valentine ghost wrote Queen Afua's book. So now we get these herbalists teaching the conscious community about biology, health, and nutrition.
Okay.
Instead of listening to a nutritionist, people rather listen to Sebi and Layla Africa, right? Crazy, right? So, who that? Oh, what's up, Donnie Williams? So, this is what happened. So, the conscious community.
It says The Wounded Womb. That was the book. The Wounded Womb.
The Wounded Womb. That's one of them, and
okay,
it was another one. Okay. But I hear you. They were progenitors of that, right? So, everybody wanted to be a so-called conscious community celebrity. People like Garfield, all these people had a desire to be a conscious community celebrity. I've always told people, my channel, Ank's channel, Pseudo Killer's channel, Carnivorous, Yo channel, all these Black Power channels, all these channels talking history and science, we will never, ever, ever have a lot of views. I already came to this conclusion. You're never going to be a celebrity. You're never going to be the next Dr. Ben. You're never going to be the next John Henry Clark. You're never going to be the next Phil Valentine and get all these accolades. Never. Because black folk really don't give a shit about history. Why you say that, Chief Vex?
Okay.
Black folk in this community don't give shit about history. If they did, I would have 100,000 followers. Chevron would have 100,000 followers. They only care about being erroneously glorified. You're the ancient Egyptians or descendants. You guys taught white folk how to bathe, and you are the Moors. You guys are the original Native Americans. You guys did everything. You traveled the globe and circumnavigated the globe, and all this romanticism and hyperbole. Outside of being glorified, they don't give a shit.
What is the date? If you had a year, what is the
beginning of the conscious community is when YouTube hit the damn scene. When YouTube got started, that's when the conscious community got started.
Where do you stand with him, Dr. Soy? How you pronounce the name, Doctor?
Soy Kieta.
Soy Kieta. Where do you stand with
him? I guess that's what I'm gonna get back to cooking, but I'm gonna answer. Soy Kieta is actually an MD.
Okay.
People think, but he's actually an MD. I forget his but he has an MD. He's not a PhD, right? Soy Kieta is actually an MD. 75% I like him, but it's a 25% of him that I think he's bullshit. Because Afrocentrics lean to Soy Kieta because Soy Kieta is Afrocentric friendly. They've had conferences, Ascac, which is the leading so-called scholarly organization for the conscious.
Yeah, make sure you cover them.
I got shit on Ascac up now.
Yeah, when we get the groups, cover them. We're gonna do elders, we're gonna do groups, then we're gonna do leaders. So go ahead, Philip.
So they've used Soy Kieta for a few conferences they had because sometimes he's tricky and he kind of throws them an alley oop, so they like Soy Kieta. But I think Soy Kieta at times is disingenuous and really don't just make shit plain. So he can kind of keep the bullshit going because he don't want to just make it raw and plain. You know what I mean? Okay. Ascac is supposed to be the conscious community or Black Americans, but more so the conscious community because normal Americans don't even ever heard of Ascac. My brother, my dad, my family ain't never heard no damn Ascac. My brother, my father, family, they ain't never heard no Dr. Ben, no Umar Johnson. You don't know these people. Here's Ascac website. These are Brother Reggie's elders who run this. So when you pull up the website, the first thing you see, top left, is what? Can you see that, Brass?
Top left? No, it's small writing. Give me a second.
Let me blow it up. Can you see now?
I'm assuming that's Association for the Study of Classical African Civilization.
Correct. And
okay.
What's under them? Black Egyptians.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that, but go ahead.
Yeah, these are ancient art. This is art of Black Egyptians.
Okay.
Right. Right. So
right, got it.
Let me make it smaller. In the middle on this flyer, when you first pull up ascac.org, guess what they're promoting?
What?
Right here it says, the Association for the Study of Classical African Civilizations, what that means ASCO. The theme from the founding to the future is an Egyptian man on the left, tomb or artwork, right? From the founding to the future, ASCAC in the global context of our times. The next conference they're having, April 25th to May 4th, 2025, and all they're doing is promoting Egyptian stuff.
Okay.
And we are all descendants of West and Central Africans. Why would this so-called body of scholars, ASCAC, have anything related to West and Central Africans when we're all descendants of West and Central Africans? It's because Ascac is a cult. This is a homepage. And you scroll down, and all you see at the bottom is pictures of niggas in Egypt. Pyramids and shit. Right? Let me make this smaller and cook some more. Because I'm sick of this shit. So this is a homepage. Now, when I go over to About, you have the homepage, the About, you have the regions, the commissions, memberships, conferences. So let's go to the second one, About. What are they about? The first thing that pops up is the goddamn Sphinx. Nothing Western Central African. What they are telling you is you're an Egyptian. You're a descendant of a North African. You descend from Egyptians, and they all teach that. Our significance. You mean we have no significance in Western Central Africa? Our leaders, President Mario Obidi. I put a challenge out to Mario Obidi. What is Mario Obidi known for teaching? Bedunetter. All these listed elders miseducating black folk, lying to black folk intentionally. They know better. Okay? The About page on the left. What do you see? Black Egyptian cartoons. You haven't seen nothing related to Western Central Africa yet. Why? It's a fucking cult. Regions and commissions. Let's scroll around. They have regions. And the only symbol is their logo, Egyptian bullshit. Okay? Let's scroll.
Yeah.
Let's scroll to the next. Memberships. They got membership forms, and what pops up? New membership, returning memberships, and a goddamn pyramid and a fucking sphinx. Ascac, are you serious? Let's go to the next one. It says conferences. What pops up? The 41st Annual Ancient Egyptian Kemetic Studies Conference. God damn! Ain't we heard enough about Egypt? And these niggas is on another conference in 2025 about Egypt? The audacity. And you can check, they have a list of conferences. All Egypt dumb shit. So 2019 came, brass, and I got fed up with niggas. And I started realizing we in a goddamn cult. And let me click on the last one. It says more. Contact us and shit. Donate to us. There's nothing on here, but I just wanted to show you all the 5 points on this shit. Anything you click on the home page, the about page, regions and commissions, membership conferences, nothing related to West and Central Africa. The conscious community is a goddamn cult. I called Ascac out when I made Black Egypt Debunked. I said I'm dedicating this shit to Dr. Mario Beatty, Ascac, Brother Reggie, Smash Rockwell, Sonetta TV, anybody, let's get it. I want that smoke. Fuck Egypt. All them niggas PC'd up. Ran to protective custody. Now your ass running to the deputy, Ice Cube said. Niggas PC'd up. Here come Ankh, a whole 9 months later, wanted to debate me. Ankh wasn't on this gravy train I was fucking driving. The only 3 people who was on the gravy train and being about right was me, Chief X, Chef Ring, Corey, Concrete Corey, Ngozi, and the brother Aku. That's it. Everybody else was on the goddamn fence, siding with Ankh, siding with Reggie, siding with Smash, until I brought these niggas along, and half of them start halfway listening to me and agreeing with me. But to this day, they can't say, you know what, Chief X, we're going to apologize to you because your ass was right. You debunked, body slammed, and ragdolled the entire community and all its elders. Hold on. So I just wanted to show you Ascac, right?
Okay.
Then on top of this, I started going in on different elders because I said, I'm not trying to be messy. I'm not. I said, I only expose men who are intentionally and purposely lying to the community. Knowingly. Not because you naively wrong or don't know history. I'm talking about you niggas who's intentionally misleading and lying to black folk. Phil Valentine, Afua, Layla Africa, Brother Reggie, Smash, even y'all friend, Professor Smalls, Baba Heru, Empadishi. All these cats know better. When they go to Egypt and on them tours, they'll look at 99 Caucasians and then see one black. 99 Caucasians and one black. And when I say Caucasian, I'm not talking about white folk per se. I'm talking about Berbers and Arabs and Egyptians. They are considered Caucasian in physical anthropology. We are considered Negroid in physical anthropology. Let's not do the semantics things. But they knew every time they stepped their black ass over there that they barely seen their own kind. They seen all them pictures of yellow and white women in artwork, but they still wanted to say that they were black folk. These folk knew better, so I went on a mission to expose them.
Where do you stand on Dr. Where do you stand on Dr. Ben? Where do you stand with Dr. Ben? I'm talking to you, Chief.
Oh, Dr. Ben, a total fraud, habitual liar, right? Charlatan, and a jive turkey. That's how I feel about Dr. Ben. Dr. Ben lied about who he was. He claimed to be Puerto Rican and Ethiopian. He did not want to be Western Central African. Dr. Ben told niggas his mama was Puerto Rican. Are you kidding me? This nigga straight up out the Congo looking. Dr. Ben said his mama is Puerto Rican. He didn't say Afro-Puerto Rican. He strictly said Puerto Rican, and he said his daddy is Ethiopian, which is a Horner and not you. So Dr. Ben didn't attach himself to Black American genetically and or historically or claim any of our ancestors. He claimed the Horn of Africa and Egypt and said his mama was Puerto Rican. He was a fraud. His children said he lied. His own children said he lied. He lied about his education. Simple shit that you don't even have to lie about. He lied about his whole life, his education, and his history was pseudo history. We thought it was deep because we didn't know no goddamn better. So we just sitting here hoping someone glorifies us and romanticizes history so we can feel better about ourselves and we can compete with white folk. The conscious community's whole thing is two things, Brass.
Go ahead.
The psychology of the conscious community is two things. We want to compete with white folk for morality and achievements. That's it. The conscious community, listen to what Chief X is saying. I'm the goddamn wise man here.
I'm not stopping.
The conscious community is based on two things: competing with white folk for achievements and morality. We set out to fight Eurocentrism with Afrocentrism. Eurocentrism been died. They been stopped that bullshit. Afrocentrism continues on strong to this day. Both Afrocentrism and Eurocentrism is wrong and off base. One stop, another didn't. That's you niggas. Okay? So, why you say they competing for morality and achievements?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing we worrying about is trying to make white folk think we built the pyramids. We did all that. We helped you bathe because we don't feel good about being Western Central Africans and being in a primitive state and being slaves and shit. We don't feel good about that. We don't feel good about no infrastructure in Western Central Africa like everybody else around the world in general. So we wanted to compete for achievements since we didn't foresee any in Western Central Africa and in Black America per se. So we want to act like we're smarter than the white man and we built better things than the white man. We taught them how to bathe. We were the first to do this. We were the first to do that. We are the original Native Americans. We are the original Chinese, niggas be saying. We was the first this. We conquered Spain. We conquered all this shit is competing for achievements, and guess what? Niggas didn't do none of that goddamn shit. So then the second thing, we're competing for morality. We want to say the white man's the devil and bad. He enslaved us and beat us and done all these atrocities, but no, we good people. We ain't done none of that. We better. We original. We in nature and all this old bullshit. There's no group of people in the entire world especially in America, that calls somebody a master teacher. Nobody does this dumb shit. What makes a person a master, and this master don't even have an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree, but they are a master teacher. Nobody talks in these terms but black folk because psychologically we're looking for a savior figure, a master. So we feel Dr. Sebi can heal the blind, he can heal the sick and shut in. If you got AIDS or anything, Dr. Sebi can heal it. Not the white man. Dr. Sebi can do it. Because we're looking for Black Jesus and a Savior psychologically. And we're choosing uncredentialed nutcases.